Hello everyone, my name is Kris Turner, the head of reference at the University of Wisconsin Law School Library, and today I'll be talking to you about an appetizer platter of various browser extensions that can help you with legal research and productivity. Most of these are available for Chrome and for Firefox, but I'll point out when they're available on other browsers as well. Our first browser extension is called Momentum. Momentum is a productivity extension that is free but includes additional items that you can purchase within the extension itself. Within Google Chrome, the only browser that Momentum is available for, you add Momentum to enhance your new tabs. So instead of seeing a white screen, you'll see a colorful background instead. You can see there are other nice bells and whistles as well, including the time. You can customize it. You can add in goals for the day. It gives you a nice quote down at the bottom. It gives you the temperature for where you're located. And it also gives you your common links up in the left-hand corner for those of you that might miss that on the white screen. In the settings in the lower left-hand side, you can change a lot of this and make it your own. For example, you can customize the clock so it's on military time, or a percent clock to show you how far through the day you are. Other cool options you can do here is you can save backgrounds that you might like, quotes that you've enjoyed, and links that you want to make sure are on the page itself. Our next browser extension is called LastPass. LastPass is unique in this presentation in that it's available for practically every browser you can think of, and also as an app for your tablet or phone. What LastPass does is collects all your emails, usernames, passwords in one secure place, so all you have to do is remember one very strong password and it'll log in for you. So on this page you can see I'm trying to log into Netflix and I've saved my LastPass email and password here on the right hand side. If I were to click this icon, it would fill it in for me and I'd be able to sign in much more securely than just with a browser remembering it. LastPass also has a vault where you can see the sites that you have saved your information for, and I could launch from here to log in right away. It also has a secure notes area where you can add Wi-Fi passwords, membership IDs, other information that isn't quite a login but things you'd want to remember that you want to keep secure. And also a place for forms like credit card payments or other payment shipping addresses that you may want to have remembered but you don't want to have out there for anybody to find. LastPass is free but offers premium options within it that you can purchase. Our third browser extension is called Unpaywall, a free extension for both Chrome and Firefox. What Unpaywall does is it legally searches the web for full-text PDFs of articles that appear to be behind a paywall. For example, on this page, which is a page with an article behind a paywall, you can see on the right-hand side that there is a green unlocked lock. That is Unpaywall searching the web. It has found this for free, so if I click on this, you'll see I get a full-text PDF of the article. We've all been there where a student, faculty, attorney, member of the public, just a patron, sent us a link saying this article is only available if I pay for it, what do I do next? What Unpaywall does is searches for you when you get that link, so it should save you a little bit of time of searching for a free version of the article that these people want. It is successful about 50 to 85% of the time depending on the article it's looking for, so it is going to be helpful to save you some time. If it cannot find it, this will be grayed out, the lock will be grayed out, and you can also customize Unpaywall so it will show you if it's a green open access article or a gold open access article. Our fourth browser extension is called Eureka, which was created by Cornell's LII. You can see I'm on a Wikipedia page that lists trademark case law. Eureka works in the background while you're browsing the internet to add hyperlinks to full-text PDFs of case law. On this page, for example, these hyperlinks would not be clickable without Eureka working in the background. You can see that as I hover over it says Link to Federal Reporter's second series added by Eureka. When I click on that, it will open up a page that takes me to a free version of the full text of that case. It's either Justia or Google Scholar or another free option for reading the full text of that case. Eureka is free and it's available for both Chrome and Firefox. The fifth browser extension we'll look at is called Recap, which is Pacer spelled backwards. It's made available by Court Listener. So you can see on this video that I recorded, I'm searching Pacer for a docket, and what Recap does is any docket or file I pull up on Pacer is automatically saved to a free website that anybody can access. So as I choose the history and dockets and run my query, you'll see that in the lower right hand corner that the docket will be uploaded to Recap's public archive. This is essentially a public service where people that cannot afford or cannot access Pacer can get to their documents or their dockets themselves without having to pay anything. Recap is free and available for Chrome and Firefox. Next is Google Translate, which is available for Chrome and sort of available for Firefox. There's kind of a knockoff version of it that you can use for Firefox. What Google Translate does, most of you may be familiar with this one, is it translates foreign languages for you on the web. So you can see I am on the Peru tourism website. I will scroll down a little bit and see if I can translate this Spanish into English. So if I highlight this and right click, you can see I can do a Google Translate, and it will take me right here to where it's translating from Spanish to English for me, and it can be read aloud for you if you'd like. Going back to the Peru page at the very top, you can click on this little icon in the address bar to translate this page. It'll ask you, do you want it translated? And now as I scroll down, the entire page has been translated for me. This is extremely helpful if you're searching for any case law or secondary sources that are in another language or maybe from a foreign government. I've had to use this several times looking for dockets and case law in Russia and elsewhere. It's very helpful, very useful. Not a perfect translation, but it is free and will get you most of the way. Next we'll talk about Ghostery, which is this little Pac-Man ghost icon up in the right hand corner. You can see I'm still on the Peru tourism page. What Ghostery is doing is telling me what sites are tracking me while I'm on this page. So you can see Ghostery says there are 7 things tracking me while I'm on this page. If you click on it, it tells you what is tracking me. So 6 of them are advertising sites and 1 is Google Translate itself. If I don't want these advertising sites tracking me, I can click on the little checkmarked box and say that that should not track me any further so that anything will not show up in Facebook or elsewhere where these trackers are working. I can also tell Ghostery to trust this site entirely if I know the Peru site is okay. I can restrict it entirely, or I can pause Ghostery if I'm looking somewhere where I don't want Ghostery to be tracking me. As another example, here's ESPN, where you can see Ghostery has 18 items tracking me here. There's advertising, there's site analytics, and there's social media. So if I don't want Twitter tracking me on ESPN, I can just simply tell Twitter to knock it off with Ghostery and then continue to use ESPN at my leisure. Ghostery is free to use, but there are premium options within the extension that you can purchase, and it is available for a variety of browsers. Next is Pocket, a free browser extension for both Chrome and Firefox. Pocket is also available as an app for your phone or tablet. What Pocket does is it saves or archives articles that you found online for offline reading later on. For example, if I want to read this article from August 15th later, I choose the little Pocket icon in the upper right hand corner and save it to Pocket. I can add tags so I know what it was about later on. And then if I choose the little dots here, I can choose Open Pocket, and you can see here's everything that I have saved recently. So here it is. I can click on that from anywhere. It's now saved to the cloud for me to review. Once I've read it, I can archive it, delete it, add more tags, favorite it, anything that I need to do to reorganize my pockets. It can also give you suggestions for other articles that you might find interesting. You can add more tags, images, recommended. You can explore other places to look. There's a lot of valuable, useful resources in this news aggregator that begins with you organizing what you want to read. The 2 final browser extensions I'll be discussing are called Time Warp and Panic Button. Time Warp, which is available for free for Chrome, is a self-policing productivity app that keeps you away from distracting websites. So if I want to go to visit Facebook, I type it in and you can see at the top, Time Warp is tracking how much time I'm spending on this site in the day. So this is a good way to kind of see how long you're spending, and maybe a way to give you a break for a few minutes to see, I want 5 minutes on Facebook, then back to work. Another way you can have Time Warp track you is you can redirect it. You can see I searched for Reddit, and instead it redirected me to the Law Library's homepage. So if there's a page that you just should not be visiting, this is a nice way to do so, just to redirect when it happens. You can see that Time Warp is saying it just saved us a trip from Reddit. Finally, if I want to watch some videos on YouTube, instead of going to YouTube, I can put a quote in there to say, this is not what I should be doing, I'm recording a video, I should not be watching kitty videos. So Time Warp is a nice way to help you keep away from distracting websites. This is what the homepage for Time Warp looks like, and you can see I have Facebook set up for timer, YouTube for quoting, and Reddit for redirecting. You can create your new wormholes here, and you can also hide the icon away from your browser so people can't go in there and change the settings. Finally, Panic Button, which is free for Chrome, hides your tabs when you might be looking at something sensitive and someone approaches your desk. Panic Button is this little exclamation point here, so if I click it, it'll hide them all and just open a new tab. So you can just pretend that I'm just beginning to open a new tab. You can see it's now green. If I click it again, it returns me to the original tabs that I had open. Panic Button is free for Chrome and is helpful and useful for productivity and for privacy. That is it for our appetizer platter of browser extensions for legal research and productivity. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please contact me if you have any suggestions or questions or anything that has to do with browser extensions. I'm happy to hear it and I'm happy to answer your questions. Thanks a lot.